We're heading to the Royal Adelaide Show grounds, not the show because the show hasn't started yet. We're going to go meet with Tim Harper of Space Capsule Garden Co. What size? Have I got this on all twisted? Are you getting this? Yeah, as I said in the car, we've just shot down to the Adelaide Showgrounds. You're not open till Friday?
Friday, yep.
And Tim, because he's addicted to these show gardens, decided to build another one. And Peter jumped on board because
he's Peter.
Because he's Peter. They needed a Peter.
Yeah, so Peter, obviously Adelaide Plant Recovery. We sort of got together, and I was telling you earlier, I had a design. Peter had the know-how, and we've sort of done everything modular.
Have you guys been working together prior to this? Like, do you buy plants?
This is the first project together.
So you buy plants off him?
He gives them to me.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. No, the background was that we met here at the showground 10 months ago at the home improvement and outdoor living show.
Real romantic story.
And we started talking. Tim came and climbed up my big dragon tree.
Yeah. So how does this all start?
It was interesting. So basically, although you're not allowed to go in it if you're a punter, the idea is it's similar to what I've done before. It's a really small space.
What is it, 3 by 6?
6 by 7.
6 by 7, or fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's deceptive.
Courtyard garden?
It could be a courtyard or a rooftop. Again, just what you can pack into a small space. So if you would like to follow me past my letterbox, which is one of my favourite features, so we've included this paving. Basically, we wanted to get a bit of paving in, recycled again.
So has that been important to you, to have kind of sustainable products?
Yeah, even though a couple of the gardens I've done haven't been down that path, it's something I want to, wherever possible, do more of. Like these pergolas we built, it's probably come out of an old demo or housing trust site, Peter?
All these timbers are out of demolition sites. It was destined to rubbish, and this is stuff that we've recovered before.
So you've just recovered it because you've seen it and you're like, that we can't get rid of that.
I like that,
and you've got the land.
So you hold stockpile it until people call up to build stuff, or people want to use it for something else.
So you're like a hoarder, but it's a business now. That's wicked.
He's a hoarder with a purpose.
My father-in-law should do that. He likes to keep shit.
Everything basically that's hardscape is recycled, except that ply. Now, how the art came about, it's obviously a challenge being indoors. There's only so much that'll flower for so long.
So you needed some pretty.
So I needed something as a feature that wasn't your typical feature wall. I was getting a coffee, as you know I love coffee, in Walkerville one day, and there was a girl outside painting a mural for the prospect, like within the prospect.
Thank you for your attention. At the Adelaide Showground, you must comply with all work, health and safety policies, procedures and...
So, where were we? I like coffee and I like talking to people.
We're safely talking about coffee.
So I said to her, told her what I did, Instagram. Then we met up and talked about it, and she came up with some concepts for me. As you see, there's another one on the back. Obviously it's an aloe, and that's one of our main plants we've tried to repeat throughout here. So this guy here and various different aloes, like that one's one of Peter's ones. You'll see them everywhere. So that's kind of the relevance of it.
So you could call this aloe.
You could. Now, one of the reasons I like doing this is meeting and working with new people each time. I work with a lot of different people. So this water feature came about by my original idea to have something coming out of here. But when you say that to someone that's got hills hoists and old hot water services laying around, I sort of just let him play. And
it also gives you that freedom to do something that people, like, you're not going to necessarily put it in a garden, but it's something you can do that's different.
Yeah, like you can either be shut off to everyone and just do your own ideas, but especially in a place like this, like that's unique. This is the quiet side until that show starts.
Wow.
I obviously said to Peter a few times I really like golden barrel cactus, and he'd say, we'll put these in, and then he'd ring me or send me a text the next week saying, look what I've just found.
So do you drive around and see these and just knock on their door and say...
This one was, so this came with the dragon tree, so I got this and the other big one around the other side, and it came with the dragon tree from when we were driving up the York Peninsula.
So you'll just go...
knock on the door.
Do you want these plants? Are you looking to sell them?
I generally look for plants that are in positions. So or plants that are unfriendly to grandkids and so on.
Yep.
So it's sort of plant is definitely fits into that.
Yep.
The dragon tree was right on the edge of the fence, so I always sort of look for those sort of plants that they're about to be too big for their space. So even this big dragon tree up here, this came out of a property where there was 5 of them.
Yep.
They were recent purchase of the house, and someone found out what we did. They realised what it was, but didn't like the style.
Yep. And that's why they knew it was worth money.
Yep. So they came and said, we don't want to chop it down. If you can reuse it, reuse it. So this one's, this is the 3rd time it's been out now.
Yep. Oh wow. So it travels well.
This travels. This has been to one of my mates' wedding parties because he loves this sort of stuff.
Yep.
Then I went to the Ramsgate for last summer.
Oh god, and it survived the Ramsgate.
There's a bit of damage from the Ramsgate.
So if you can, is that where all that kind of scarring is, or that's
that's correct. Yeah. So someone decided to get their high heel into it, and security guard
That's
didn't.
how they climb up palm trees for these spikes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's.
But it will be fine.
This will be fine.
Like it's just
they bruise up a bit. They get a bit more colour.
Yep.
The interesting thing with the dragon trees is you can see the sap up there. That sap has actually been used in the past for violins. So the original violins, they used to get the sap and pull it out and rub it on the violin as a polish as well. It's one of the interesting facts about the dragon trees.
fun facts with Peter. That could be a segment.
That is a segment. So this is geranium to go with these geraniums here.
Yep.
Again, that's
My mum used to have them in the garden.
It is a bit of a granny's garden plant,
Yeah.
but like most, look at any indoor plant, it was totally out of fashion in the 90s,
Yep.
2000s. Now,
They're coming
you know,
back.
Devil's Ivy, things like that, you can't get enough of them. And they're all what our grandmas had.
Well, you know what we
inside.
should do when you finish this show? Just drive to my shop and put all these in my grow wall.
That one.
So you had to plan all this.
Yeah, so I stayed up quite late when I started thinking about plants, because I've got plants from Adelaide Plant Recovery, a lot of the bigger stuff, and cactus. I've also got a lot of stuff from Heine's.
Yep.
So, you know, that drives the design a bit.
Who's going to support you? Yep.
Yeah, which they've always been really good to me.
Yep.
But yeah, I had an initial planting plan, and I've sort of stuck to it. But like I tell a lot of people, when you get on site, things just look. You just move stuff around. So it'd be interesting to compare this to my first plan. But overall, because we placed all these first, and I
Yeah,
sort of
okay, you
built
have
it
to,
all
don't you,
around
the
it.
pillar-
But we
the
didn't know
pillar
this guy was coming in. So then,
How do you move that? Like just
just
carefully?
lift it up for him right now.
That weighs about 300 kilos.
But
so,
like Hessian sacks. And,
there's different ways of doing it. I like using mechanical forces, so I basically got a lifting sling,
yep.
a 5-ton lifting sling, put it around it. The
just-
reason I use bigger slings, bigger weight slings, is they are bigger
Yep.
and they do less damage to them. When I was on site getting a dragon tree, so I had a crane.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
So
basically
just quickly grab it,
picked up.
rip it up while you're there.
I was there. So it looks difficult, and if you see other people on YouTube doing it, they talk about padding and inch foam and polystyrene and tape and blankets
Yep.
and all that sort of stuff. Where that just looks too long and painful for me. Where I just use big equipment now.
Makes
So
sense.
all
It's
that stuff.
available. Is this all
Yeah.
yours? Is this all yours?
Yep. So this is all of your forbias.
If it's got a prick coming out of it, it's probably Peter's.
I've never seen that before.
Euphorbia
It looks very
fits into your
Mexican.
cactus family, or people call them cactus. There's
Yep.
about 350 different types of euphorbias.
Yep.
They're probably becoming a bit more popular again.
So even down
I
to
think.
this fella over here is a euphorbia.
Yep.
The most common thing with euphorbias is that they bleed. So you can see the white sap coming out of
Yep.
it. And that's the defence mechanism. So this isn't prickly at all. You think they are, you grab them, but their defence mechanism is sap and is very toxic.
Okay. So you don't want to get the sap on you.
Euphorbias are that sort of characteristic of really quite intense, hot pain. Wouldn't get it into your eye. It's not pleasant.
What's the next? What's left to go?
Lights and just tweak.
Just mulch. Get a mulch in all the pots that haven't got mulch in it. What's this?
Oh, this is. Who put that there?
It's a beehive.
So it's an old radio that we found on a job a long time ago.
You didn't know that was there?
No, I did. It's going to become a flyer holder.
And we were looking for stuff.
that's cool.
Somewhere to store our stuff.
See, there's quite a few little elements in here that, when they're first presented to me, I sort of smile at Peter, but in my head I'm going, oh my god.
What are you
And
thinking,
then-
Peter?
But it's the prime example of working with completely different people.
Yep.
It's the perfect thing for there. Had we done more plants,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
Yeah.
So
I like that steel as well with the logo on it. Like you see a lot of Galv, but I've never seen it with a logo on it.
yeah.
It's normally on the backside.
Yeah. Oh, so on a roof it would be down.
Okay.
Peter's a wealth of knowledge, isn't he?
He is. And I think some of it's true.
Just to recap, how long have you been building this for? What's the window they give you?
Well, I found out probably in June, May, June. They sort of said, do you want to do it again?
When do you get access to the room?
2 weeks ago. So you get 2.5 weeks to build it if you want.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
But
so
you just didn't want to allocate 2.5 weeks right now.
It's more about taking the stress out of it as well, and actually using your creative mind.
Because if you have a really short window, you might not deliver the best possible result. So this was built at your yard, and you just go down there and just do a bit, and then.
Yeah, so we spent probably 7 days over the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Just day here, day there.
That's good.
Afternoon.
Yep.
It gave us time to come up with ideas. So like we're talking about posts and what's going to be adequate, what timber we have,
how high you can go without being silly and.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming.
That's all right. We better get out of here before my car gets towed. I don't even know if I was meant to park there. All right.